welcome to Andertons TV.
Hey.
AKA the Antiques Roadshow. No, we're taking. It just feels like that. We've got loads of people around us.
It's not an antique.
I'm with the lovely George Hearn.
Thank
It's
you.
a real pleasure.
Thanks
for
Jack
taking this
for coming
time.
by.
It's been really hard to keep my fingers in my ears and not learn about this because there's been a hubbub.
Yeah, you were saying you wanted
Palpable
to come
hubbub,
fresh.
but again, this is a video, probably, again, we sell these things, so what is your new product?
Well, the Super Gemini, as somebody pointed out, it's a synthesizer with an 11-word title. It's a 20-voice dual-layer polyphonic binaural analog hybrid synthesizer with super wave technology.
The web team are livid.
Yeah, I know. Well, so basically, what are these? We're probably known by some people for making the Super 6 and the Super 6 desktop, and really this instrument is a continuation of that family, using the same technology and techniques. We are adding 2 layers of sound. We're adding bitimbrality, which means you have independent control over each layer here, exactly. We're adding poly-aftertouch keyboard. Yeah, exactly, because you can't have a true manual mode, really, unless you have, for a bitimbral synth, unless you have 2 sets of controls. So it might seem like an extravagance, but when you actually play it, you realize that it's a really nice way of working. You know, it's you can really sort of go somewhere with the sounds that you're making. And so it adds a few other things from the Super 6, like a ring modulator, it adds the pitch expression, the poly-aftertouch keyboard. But essentially it's a really fun, immediate analog synthesizer. Great for making soundtrack-esque stuff, basically. And it's quite flexible too. It's got a nice true mono mode. You can do everything from the analog bread and butter to
if it's anything like the
bonkers.
Super 6, it's everything. We got one in the studio I work at, and we use it for everything. So I love
it's
that.
kind of a workhorse.
And bigger keyboard, which is exciting for someone.
And also it's quite a long keyboard, so the keys are pivoted right back here. Ooh. So the keys have a much more sort of heavyweight action, which I think is sort of necessary for really such a big synth, basically.
I can't wait to play it. And a big old ribbon. I've never understood how to integrate the ribbon into my playing. How do you see us integrating ribbon into your playing?
Well, there's a few different ways of doing it. It's good for trills, and it's good for bending about half a semitone to 2 semitones on one note. I'll give you a little demo if you want.
Oh. Love that, thank you, mate. Cheers.
So I don't know what we've got set up.
You're going to go off one? We're going to get George.
No, not today. Okay. So it's kind of quite good for your kind of, I don't know, let's see, what layer is it? Let's give it a bit of bend.
Like a ribbon masterclass.
So that's kind of
what do the markers mean on the ribbon?
Basically almost nothing. It's rough.
Awesome! That's great, so I don't have to learn it!
Half is about a fifth. So if you start at the top, you get about a fifth bend. The whole thing is about an octave bend. Yeah. So kind of if you're doing sort of, I don't know.
And that could be on both parts or one part.
So yeah, exactly. At the moment it's just the top part, but God forbid I might actually load up a preset.
Go on, baby. Whole new presets?
Yeah, absolutely. This one actually has almost nothing in it in terms of presets at the moment, but... And
what's that process like then? Do you just set aside a lot of time to go through it? Is that the last bit?
I do a couple of banks of presets, and then there's a team of people that all do some each to try and get different flavours. But going back to the ribbon, you asked how we play it. It's quite nice for just subtle trills. And of course it doesn't bend the notes that are held or being released. So give me a second. I think my hold pedal's only plugged into the lower layer at the moment. But if I was to say, if you hold a C for me.
Yes, please. Oh, yeah.
And if you release it, it won't bend the tails. So it gives you a kind of natural vibe.
That's new, isn't it?
What happens if you release a note while it's bent? Will it jump back to the...
Not on this one.
Or will it just keep the last value until it's fully...
It holds it here.
Okay. Oh, that's okay.
So yeah, that's how you sort of use the ribbon, and with a bit of poly aftertouch expression. And that's quite nice for just adding a bit of pressure. So in the combination of... So it's kind of...
Wow.
It's actually surprisingly using a thumb and a finger here to do a little trill.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. I mean, obviously, we're going to get this back at the store. When do you think I might have my hands on one to demo it in the UK?
It's going to be the autumn time.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we brought it here. We really want to show it. It's our really good opportunity of the summer. We're actually working on these at the moment. We're going to do an update for the Super 6 and the desktop. And then when we've got that out, we're going to carry on with the Gemini and, yeah, autumn availability.
Killer. And then we'll hopefully either come to you in Brazil
Yeah.
or get you in the store.
Do something with Andertons. Yeah,
we've got plugged in a bit of audio. I've never played it.
Yeah,
if I start playing some stuff, can you twiddle? Can we like?
Yeah.
Because I'll just mess up the twiddling if that's all right.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite key?
No.
Cool.
Maybe,
I'm gonna go.
Maybe C minor, D
So
minor.
I'm gonna go C minor, and then if you could twiddle, and then look
layer?
out on the Andertons website itself.
Okay.
To
I'm going to put you on dual. Give me a second.
Thank you, mate. Sure.
So you're going to have...
I mean, so I love poly aftertouch.
You're going to have both things going at once. Give me a second.
Thank you. Thanks for twiddling, mate.